لربها وحقت وإذا الأرض مدت وألقت ما فيها وتخلت وأذنت لربها وحقت يا أيها الإنسان إنك كادح إلى ربك كدحا فملاقيه فأما من أوتي كتابه بيمينه فسوف يحاسب حسابا يسيرا وينقلب إلى أهله مسرورا وأما من أوتي كتابه وراء ظهره فسوف يدعو ثبورا ويصلى سعيرا إنه كان في أهله مسرورا إنه ظن أن لن يحور بلى إن ربه كان به بصيرا فلا أقسم بالشفق والليل وما وسق والقمر إذا اتسق لتركبن طبقا عن طبق فما لهم لا يؤمنون وإذا قرئ عليهم القرآن لا يسجدون بل الذين كفروا يكذبون والله أعلم بما يوعون فبشرهم بعذاب أليم إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم أجر غير ممنون صدق الله العلي العظيم. Okay, sisters, about tadabbur, as you know before, I have explained in the voice file and I have explained before in the class. In tadabbur, what we do is we go through the meanings of ayahs, one ayat, another one ayat. As we have explained that when we speak or when we read a book, we expect every paragraph of the book means something, and these paragraphs are all related. So in Quran, definitely it is like that. So Allah is not sending ayahs just individually, and no, it's not like that. So we know that all the ayahs, one ayat after another ayat means something. And then what we do is that we divide the surah into different groups of ayats. So it's not that I'm going to give a lecture. It's not this our class is not that I'm just going to give a lecture. It's like something analyze. We are going to analyze the surah. And if it's anywhere you don't understand or it's complicated, please let me know. I explain again. In many surahs of Quran, they stay in the ayahs. We have idha. If you have studied the meaning, idha means when not in a question way. It's the time when. For example, we say, when I was outside, it was raining. When in that meaning. So wherever we have idha, means that. Idha sama'un shaqqat. When the sky is split asunder. When the sky is split into two parts. If you have studied the meaning of it, you can follow you can come with me better, you can understand this better. If not, please concentrate here and inshallah you will study it later on. So wherever we say, even in normal speaking, whenever we say the time, for example, when we say when I was outside, you expect another sentence after it to explain, okay, when I was outside, what happened? So it's the same thing. When Allah is saying, إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انشَقَّتْ, when the sky is split asunder, we expect something as a result. But we see the next ayat is still continuing that, because wav means and. Definitely, I think in Urdu, maybe you have va. Because in Farsi we say wa. Wa means and. وَأَذِنَتْ لِرَبِّهَا وَحُقَّتْ. And sky, sama means sky. So when the sky is split asunder, وَأَذِنَتْ لِرَبِّهَا وَحُقَّتْ. And ha goes back to sky. And sky, adhanat means obey Allah, is obeying Allah, obeying its Lord, obeying its sustainer. And when sky is obeying Allah, obeying لربها, his creator, his owner, her owner, because sky in Arabic is female. Because in Arabic, we have for even for things and goods, we have male and female both. It's not like English, for example, table. When we say table or when we say sky, we use it. But in Arabic, some of the words are female, some of the words are male. So it's different. That's why Arabic is the most complete language. Well, other than that, it's so difficult because when I don't hear you and I don't see you, just explaining like this is so hard, but I try my best because I don't know what's your feedback. Is it clear for you? Isn't it clear for you?
It's very clear.
No, we can hear
Yeah.
you, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, very well.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. So when it says when sky is split asunder and the sky is obeying her Lord, her Allah, وحقت. حقت means, and it deserves that. It's, um, it should be like that. The sky should obey Allah. It's a must for her. Why? Because Allah is her creator. So sky has got no choice other than obeying her creator. And then third ayat says, وَإِذَا الْأَرْضُ مُدَّتْ. So if you notice, we are saying when this happens, we hasn't got any response for it yet. Like I said, when I say when I was outside, it was raining. We haven't got that sentence. We haven't still got that sentence. So we are still waiting. Okay, Allah, what He wants to tell us. وَإِذَا الْأَرْضُ مُدَّتْ. And when the earth is spread, is leveled. So it's still continuing. When the sky is split asunder and the sky is obeying her creator, and it's a must for sky to do that, to obey Allah. وَإِذَا الْأَرْضُ مُدَّتْ. And when Arz means earth is spread. وَأَلْقَتْ مَا فِيهَا وَتَخَلَّتْ. And earth has cast out, has thrown out whatever is in it. وَتَخَلَّتْ. And becomes empty. Well, again, we have this ayat repeated. If you notice, وَأَذْنَتْ لِرَبِّهَا وَحُقَّتْ. So here it means that the earth is obeying Allah, is obeying His creator, obeying her Rabb. Sorry, when I use his or her, it's my mistake. It's all here, her. When sky and when the earth. وَحُقَّتْ. And it again, it's a must. Then when we come to next ayat number 6, it says, Ya ayyuhal insanu. Ya ayyuhal insanu is the calling that, for example, we say, oh, mankind. It means that. Oh, mankind. Ya ayyuhal insan. It means that Allah is calling insan to tell something, calling mankind to tell something to him or her. Ya ayyuhal insanu. Innaka means definitely you. Ka means you, definitely you. Kadihun ila rabbika. Kat means moving. Or if you look at the different translations, laboring, toiling. But the best, in Arabic, the roots of the words, they can have different meanings. Kadihun, the root is ka, dal, and ha. Kaf, dal, ha, kadaha. Kadaha has different meanings, like moving, like laboring, like toiling. But the best meaning, according to the meaning of the whole surah, as we say that we notice a surah as a complete paragraph, as a complete text, not separately. So the best meaning for kat here is the moving towards Allah without authority, with no choice. So if you study different translation, maybe you see different words for it. But what I explain in Tadabbur, please notice the exact meaning I explain here, because maybe you don't see that meaning because translation there are different. But what they have done in Tadabbur, they have researched a lot and they have chosen the best meaning of each word. So kadehun means moving with no choice, without authority. O mankind, definitely you are moving ila rabbika. Ila means towards rabbika, Ka means you, so Rabbeka means your Rab, your creator, your owner. Rab, in fact, the root of Rab in Arabic means owner, who has created us and who is our owner. Allah is our owner. So you are definitely moving towards your Lord, towards your Allah, towards your Rab without authority. It means that you don't have any choice. You can't choose that, oh, I want to move towards Allah, or no. Every breath we take, every second of our life which passes, it we are one step closer to Allah. We are moving towards Allah. Kadhan, kadihun, kadhan. You see, the root is the same. Kadhan here, kadihun ila rabbika kadhan. Kadhan is for emphasizing. Again, it's a in Arabic grammar. If you know that when it comes like this, it means it wants to emphasize it. And then last word, famulaqih. Famulaqih and you will meet him. So this is the sentence. This ayat is the sentence which completes this paragraph. After those إذا السماء انشقت, when the sky is split asunder. وأذنت لربها وحقت, and sky is obeying her Lord Allah, وحقت, and it's a must for her. وإذا الأرض مدت, when the earth is spread out. وألقت ما فيها, throws out, cast out whatever is inside it. وتخلت, becomes empty. وأذنت لربها وحقت, again the earth has got no choice. She is obeying Allah and has got no choice because he is her creator, her owner. And then after this we have the يا أيها الإنسان إنك كادح إلى ربك كدحا فملاقيه. Then يا أيها الإنسان إنك كادح إلى ربك كدحا. This is an explanation. فملاقيه is the result. It means that when sky splits asunder and the earth is spread, is leveled, that's the time you will meet Allah. Just 1 minute, sorry. هادی درو نبند، باز نکن، ببند درو. Sorry. So it's the same. So as I said, when I was outside, it was raining. When it was raining, when I was outside, it's exactly like this. When sky is split asunder and when earth is spread up, that's the time. Oh, and son, you will meet your Allah that day, which is day of Qiyamah. It is explaining of the day of Qiyamah. In Tadabbur, why we say Tadabbur is different in Tafsir, I just explain it shortly. When we say Tafsir, different scholars, by their knowledge and by their research and with riwayats, which is the main source for tafsir, riwayats of Ahl al-Bayt, because we know that Ahl al-Bayt are the main translators of Quran. So when we say tafsir, is in that level. So the scholars, by the research and by the knowledge they have had about riwayats of Imam Ahl al-Bayt and all those, they say that this ayat means that, which we can't understand it from the ayats itself. But in Tadabbur, what we follow in Tadabbur is the first level of understanding. So whatever we understand is just by the meaning of the words of ayats and nothing more. This is the first level. So we don't go to tafsir. I want you to notice that. And the main purpose for the Tadabbur is that we want to say that everybody, just by studying Quran repeatedly, if we study Quran with its translation and we repeat it, we can understand it as the first level. It's not something that we don't understand. I want you to notice this, that we don't say anything out of the words of ayats in Tadabbur. So any conclusion or anything we comes to any results we get from Tadabbur is just by the meaning of ayats. That's why I emphasize in group that please study the meaning of Surah Inshiqaq as much as you can. For example, at least once per day, because the more we repeat, the more we understand it. And it's not that yes, we need an Arabic knowledge, we need different knowledge, but when we have those kind of knowledge, we can understand it better. If we don't have, okay, no problem. It doesn't mean that we should close Quran and just we recite it. No, because Quran is for everybody to understand, and the first level, everybody can understand it. That's what in this course we want to come to, that point, that by a little bit knowledge, by a little bit studying, and inshallah, because many words in Quran, they repeats and repeats on it. So for example, here, if you learn sama, if you learn what does idha means, ars means, so naturally you will see after this course you understand many words of Quran. It just needs repeating and practicing, and it's not something hard. Okay, somebody who knows Arabic, they don't need to go to translation, and they can translate, understand it by their own. But if, for example, if we don't know Arabic, we need to go to translation. The problem with translation is that different translation, we don't, even in Farsi translations, in all of them you can find mistake. It's not that they don't have any mistake. And because Arabic words, they have got different meanings. Some of them, they have used the meaning of, for example, a word in a translation that it doesn't make sense for us. But in Tadabbur, what they have done, Tadabbur group, what they have done, they have done about 20 years research, and they have chosen the best and the most correct ones, which means in that surah or in that ayat means that, for example, if we say that Ya ayyuhal insanu innaka kadihun ila rabbika kadhan famulaqi. If we say kadih here means laboring, we are laboring towards Allah. Maybe it doesn't make sense to my sense for us, which I was feeling same before Tadabbur. I was always reciting, what does it mean? Okay, it does it mean that we are always always in difficulties in the world? What does it mean? But after this meaning of kat and kadeh, it makes sense that, okay, everybody can sense it with no knowledge that we are moving. It's not that we are stopping somewhere. We are every step we take, every breath we take, we are moving towards Allah, because we see that how many people around us have died. So it's something naturally we understand it. It doesn't need, for example, we know philosophy, or we know, if we are logic, if we think, if we have sense and we can see around us, and we believe in hereafter life, so we can see that we are moving towards Allah without authority. Okay, maybe here, I'm sure there will be a question in your mind that, okay, if it's without authority, so what's our authority then in life? Which we explain in next ayats about it. Another thing, before we move forward, I want you notice is that, I don't know if you have seen the PowerPoint I sent you this morning. I sent in the group, which I had classified the groups of ayats in Surah Inshiqaq. Yeah. If you can open it. Yes, we did open it. First group, and then 15 to 25 seconds. Yeah, exactly. Another thing in Tadabbur we want to learn, and step by step we learn. It's not that from the first, now we learn. No, it's step by step. If we practice and we come step by step, we go forward. By the course, we learn it, that we can devise ayahs to different groups. Even if you have studied the meanings of Surah, the meaning of Surah Inshiqaq, and if you have repeated, you can come to the conclusion that, okay, Surah Inshiqaq is is divided to two different groups, which I'm explaining now. I don't expect you to feel it now. If you don't have sense towards it, don't worry about it. That, oh, why, I don't know. No, we don't expect that at all. Just the reason I explain is that I want to give you an overview that what we are going to do in Tadabbur. Surah Inshiqaq, if we read the meanings carefully and with concentration, we see that ayat number 1 to 15 is one group. When I say group, means paragraph. It can be a paragraph. So group in Farsi or Arabic we say siyaq. But the reason I brought group because I couldn't find any other word for it. So maybe we can say paragraph. First group is ayat 1 to 15, which ayat 1 to 15 has got different paragraphs as well. And then ayat 16 to 25. Just have this as an overview in your mind. Don't worry about it. When we go forward, then you can make it will make sense for you. Okay, we came to the point that after this Iza, and which Allah said when sky is happening, this happening to sky, and this is happening to earth, and which it's clearly is the day of Qiyamah, because this when the sky is split asunder, the day of Qiyamah, when the earth is spread, the day of Qiyamah, and when it becomes empty and cast out everything it is in it. It is clear that it's the day of Qiyamah. So we don't need any other understanding. By the meaning of this ayat, we can understand this is talking about the day of Qiyamah. And then when Allah is saying in ayat 6, Ya ayyuhal insanu, innaka kadihun ila rabbaka kathan famulaqi. I tell you something, ayat number 6 is the key ayats in the whole Surah Inshiqaq. So please notice it carefully. That, mankind, definitely and with no authority, you are moving towards your Allah, your Rabb, and you will meet him one day. So this is the most important ayat in this surah. Okay, then next ayat we see فَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ بِيَمِينِهِ. And that day there is a group. There are groups of people which they get their results or they get their results from their in their right hands. Okay, just before I go to that, I explain few more. I mentioned just few points. For example, when Allah is saying this sky is split asunder, we can't sense it now, because we don't have that kind of sense now that how sky is split asunder. But the day of Qiyamah it happens, and they say that according to the other ayats of Quran, sky is limited. That is important. That sky is not unlimited, which we now when we look at it, we think that it is unlimited. No, it is limited, so it is possible that happens to it, which we don't want to discuss it now. And then another point which I mentioned was that, okay, when we are going to meet Allah, famulaqi, this famulaqi, you will meet him one day. When it happens, when the sky is split asunder, when the earth is stretched out, which is the day of Qiyamah. So when Allah is saying, innaka kadihun ila rabbika, you are moving towards Allah. Our moving is now in this life, but meeting Allah is that time, is the day of Qiyamah. This is another point which we want to notice. Another thing I said, وَأَذَنَتْ لِرَبِّهَا means, أَذَنَتْ لِرَبِّهَا means the sky or the earth, they definitely obey Allah. They obey their Rabb. Okay, can they disobey their Allah? No. Why? Because Allah is their creator. Can earth disobey Allah? No, because Allah is his creator. By these two, what Allah wants to tell us, that when sky, which is that when we look at it, we think that it is unlimited, and the earth, but how big it is and how huge it is, when they cannot disobey their Lord, their Creator, their Rab. Oh, mankind, who you are to disobey your Allah on that day. So this is one thing which, another thing I explain. In different ayats of Quran, Allah is surah, for example, at time, for example, Surah Fajr, Wal Fajr, or even in this surah, we get to that. That's, for example, from ayat 16 to ayat 18, Allah is saying, فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِالشَّفَقِ وَاللَّيْلِ وَمَا وَسَقَ. Allah is swearing at different things. Or when Allah is bringing like this, إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انشَقَّتْ إِذَا الْأَرْضُ مُدَّتْ. Boy, all these, when these comes and some another ayat comes after that, there is relationship between these meanings. So it's not that, for example, when Allah is saying إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انشَقَّتْ وَإِذَا الْأَرْضُ مُدَّتْ, and then it's saying يَا أَيُّهَا الْإِنسَانُ إِنَّكَ كَادِحٌ إِلَى رَبِّكَ كَدْحًا فَمُلَاقِيهِ. It's not that just Allah wants to say that on the day of Qiyamah it happens. No. Always there is relationship between these meanings. And why? Because Allah is repeating وَأَذَنَتْ لِرَبِّهَا وَحُقَّتْ twice. It means that when they cannot, they will obey their Allah, and it's a must for them on that day. So who you are as a mankind that you think that you can disobey or you can escape from his decision on the day of Qiyamah. So this is another point. What I want you to do on this course is that I don't want to look at it as a lecture, because in fact it's not a lecture. If we were at the class and I had board, and it would be a real class, it wouldn't be a lecture. So I want you please taking notes. I don't want you to take notes now. I think Sister Mayam is recording this voice. You can listen to it later on, because if you want, after this course, you get you gain an ability. You need to face this course like a class, not like a lecture. Yes, if you face it like a lecture, you will remember some points of every surah after it, but it will not fulfill our target, our goal of this course, because the Tadabbur course is that everybody gets an ability to understand Quran, to analyze it, and it is possible. You know what has happened in about Quran between Muslims and even between Shias? That why we say Quran is mahjur. Mahjur means, I don't know if you have in Urdu as well. Mahjur means that Quran is unknown for us. Why? Because we have always thought that Quran is so difficult to understand, or just Ahlul Bayt understands it, so we are not allowed to. Somehow we are scared, because we say that if we understand it, we may understand it wrongly. But yes, in the other levels, because we know that the Quran has got different levels, and how even Allama Tabatabai, but that much studying and that much knowledge, he was saying that every time I read Quran, I understand a new point from it. So it has got no end to it. That's right. And the main translators of Quran are Ahlul Bayt, with no doubt. Ahlul Bayt are our main resource for understanding Quran, which we refer to them in tafsir. And that is a special field of studying. For example, who wants to go to tafsir, yes, they should have different knowledge. Arabic, philosophy, riwayat, they know riwayats of Ahlul Bayt. They can analyze the documentary, that is it valid, is it a valid riwayat, or is not a valid, lots of. What in Tadabbur we want to come to the what our target is in Tadabbur is that we break that wall between us and Quran, that we don't understand Quran. No, we can't understand. The reason we don't understand Quran is we have never spent time on it. How much time? Yes, we spend time on reciting, which is very good. But even different ayats of Quran is saying that you should recite with tadabbur. أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ Quran, or we have sent it for them to do tadabbur in it, to understand. So why, if we are not supposed to understand Quran, So why we say that it's book of life for us, which even in houses, even in home, which is now is the most powerful house in maybe in the world. Still in house, that the scholars they say that that much they spend time on Arabic and philosophy and all those, they don't spend that much time on Quran, unfortunately. And that is something Ayatollah Khamenei always emphasized, that we should do that. Ayatollah Jawadi Amali and all those. But so I want you to break this wall between you and your Quran. I'm not saying I know Quran. No, I've started learning with you step by step. For example, the last few days, because I was busy during the day, I tried to stay awake at night. I studied because I had studied Surah Inshiqaq before, but I need to update my knowledge, to explain. So I spent many hours on it just during the night. Maybe we need to feel that it's a priority in our life, because we are all busy. We are all, especially with kids, with daily life, and we have no choice, because we are married and all this. We have got lots of other responsibilities. But I want to say that if we feel that it's a priority in our life, we specify some time in it. Because sometimes we have to sleep less to study. So the reason we don't have the Quran as a guidebook in our life is that we haven't spent time on it. It's not that because Quran is that difficult. Allah doesn't send something to us and tell us to recite it which we don't understand. No, because He knows that it is possible for us to understand it. Okay, it was just in the bracket I explained. And because again I said, because I don't see you, I don't hear you, it's so hard to
Assalamu alaikum, sister. MashaAllah. You're doing a very good job.
It's so difficult, sister ma'am, like this.
No, it's beautiful. MashaAllah.
Yeah.
MashaAllah.
Because when we can hear each other, and I can get feedback from you, and it's easy. But sometimes I feel maybe it's so.
We are not doing so that
you're doing really well.
Interrupt you in the middle.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah.
It's very clear, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
And thank you for providing the opportunity.
To understand.
No, it's a great opportunity for me, really, because in that case I have to study as well.
Yeah,
it is because when if there is a class, a group together, you have to spend time on it. But if it's you on your own, then you say, okay, I will do that. Maybe you never do that.
It's very motivating. Today I left everything else in the morning and I sat and studied Surah Inshiqaq, which I wouldn't have done normally.
Yeah.
So it's very, very motivating.
Which is really a priority in our life. That's really, Quran is priority.
Inshallah.
Okay.
Bushra is saying hi to everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hi, Bushra. How are you? Nice to hear you.
Mashallah.
Bushra, you can listen as well. You can understand. Okay? Don't think your age is not still no. Although it is for 13, Tadabbur mainly is for over 13, but anybody when in yours is Bushra, how old is Bushra?
Bushra is 9.
9, yeah, even 9. That's good age for it. You can get some points as well. So you can. So I continue, inshallah. So when we say Kadihun ila rabbika, we are moving towards Allah with no authority. It means they bring an example. They say it's like a train. When you get into a train, anyhow you are going with the train, and at the destination you can come out. Our life is the same. We with no authority. It looks like that we are in the train of life, and Allah is managing our life, and He has defined where we born, when we come to this world, and when we leave this world and start our real life. So He is the manager of our life. But then it means this question comes that, okay, if we have no authority and He is managing our original place and destination, so who we are? We say that Okay, within the second few ayat, in next few ayats, Allah is saying, wants to tell us that you are the one who defines the quality of your meeting. You know, the trip, you don't have any authority. You're moving, you don't have any authority. But what you have authority and what you have ikhtiyar and you can choose is the quality of your meeting with Allah, which is so interesting, which we'll study in ayat number 7 to 15, which is another groups of ayats. فأما ayat number 7 فأما من أوتي كتابه بيمينه there is a group of people that who they will be given their records. Okay, here is the فأما من أوتي كتابه بيمينه is the single. But if I say there is a group, I am just explaining it because I don't want you to be confused that why so it's not the exact translation. Just notice that sometimes I explain the ayat just as an explanation. It's not word by word, meaning by word. In fact, the meaning is he will be given, the mankind will be given his record in his right hand. بيمينش. كتابه in here means who means his or her. كتابه, hers, or it means his book, his record or her records, means the results. Like we said in Surah Fajr that this world is our examination. We get the results on the day of Qiyamah. Okay, some people they get their results بيمينه. Yamin means right. In their right hand, in his right hand. Then it says فسوف يحاسب حسابا يسيرا. His account will be taken with an easy accounting. So those who get their results in their right hands, those are that group that their account will be taken with an easy account. It will be so easy for them on the day of Qiyamah. وَيَنْقَلِبُ إِلَىٰ أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. He will return to his people happily. أهله, if you want to translate it, maybe in some translation you see family, but family is not right. أهله means to his group of people who are in the same group as him. So it means that he will happily go back to his people. He will be joyful, masroor, and masroor maybe you have in Urdu as well. Masroor means they are happy. They will go back to their family, to their groups, to their people, masroor and happily. But notice, وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ. Another thing in Tadabbur we want to notice is that ayats of Quran, sometimes there is somehow they are related, which is amazing. For example, in ayat 7, it says فَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ. In ayat 10, it says وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ. See, exactly same sentence is repeated. For example, it says that who his result is given to بيمينه, to his right hand. And here ayat 10 it says the person who his result will be given to him وراء ظهره. وراء means from the back. In Farsi we say as pushtash. In Urdu I don't know what you say. From the back. This is it has got very deep meaning that they don't even let him when they face Allah in the day of Qiyamah. When we say they face with Allah in the Qiyamah, we don't mean that Allah is sitting down on a chair there as a governor and we meet him. No, because we can't see Allah. We know that. We say Wajhullah. Okay, so it's not when we say we meet Allah, is not we meet a physical thing. No, it's which we don't know. Those high people in this world, those are who close to Allah, maybe they understand it better. I don't understand it, but it's not that facing Allah as a physical. But they don't, when they say وراء ظهره in ayat 10, من أوتي كتابه وراء ظهره, they give his result from his back. It means that they are not even allowed to turn round and face Allah. They are not even allowed to turn around and face Wajhullah, which is so. They say that maybe it's the most difficult azab there, because imagine, for example, I bring an example. For example, we haven't met our parents, for example, for a long time. When we see them, they are happy with us. This is just an example. It's not that maybe it's not a good example. We can see them face to face. But when, for example, they are angry, we say they are angry with us. They don't want to see us. They don't even let us to turn around and look at their face. Imagine like that. فسوف يدعو ثبورا. فسوف يدعو ثبورا means that soon he will call for destruction. To the point that they wish that, we wish we have never born, and they wish that with their death everything had finished and there was no life after it. وَيَصْلَى سَعِيرًا, and he will burn in a blaze, enter into burning fire. I go back and explain again. I just want to go through this group. إِنَّهُ كَانَ فِي أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. Okay, who they are? These are those people, surely. These are, because when we say inna means surely in Arabic. Surely he was happy, masrura fi ahlihi, in his group, in his people, in the world. Because kana fi ahlihi masrura is in Arabic is past tense. Okay, we say that surely he was happy and joyful among his followers in the world. So when it comes to the day of Qiyamah, what happens to them? They get their results from their back. They are not allowed even to turn their face towards Allah, and they will call for destruction, and they will burn in a blaze, into blaze. Yasla sa'ira. إنه كان في أهله مسرورا. These are those people, or this person is the one who was happy and joyful among his followers when he was in the world, living in this life. إنه ظن أن لا يحور. Okay, is it bad? Is it bad thing that person be happy in this life? Is Allah has created us to be always sad in this life, to be under problems? No, it means that إنه ظن أن لا يحور. They were masroor, they were happy in a way that they were thinking. Zan means they were thinking, they were drawing thinking, which it was in their mind, that they would never go back to Allah. What does it mean? It means that when they were in the world, they would never think of going back, that they are moving towards Allah. That's the reason I'm saying, Hadi, shh, please. Shh. When I say that ayat 6 is the key ayat, Ya ayyuhal insanu innaka kadihun ila rabbika kadhan. You are moving towards Allah without authority. These kind of person, they were happy between their followers or between their people in the world, in the way that they would not even think they would go back. They would not think about their moving towards Allah. When they were in the world, they were living their life like now we live in life. They would not even think that this life is the life that we are going towards Allah, nothing else. And through this life, we are going to define the quality of meeting Allah. That's why if we had board here, I would draw something like that. For example, imagine Allah in a corner, and imagine a person who is moving towards Allah, and he's facing Allah when he was moving. I mean that, imagine, I have to explain it just by word because I can't draw it. Imagine now we are in this world. Okay, we are living our life. We are going through different things, different occasions, different things in this life. Happily, sadly, difficulties, happiness. One day is good, one day is hard, one day, or we have got lots of problems in life, or we have got lots of happiness and all this. Okay, during all these, when we are moving without authority towards Allah, sometimes we face Allah. It means that we always remember. In every second of our life, we'll remember that we are moving towards Allah. Anything happens to us, any decision we are going to make, any reaction, any step we are going to take, and anything is towards Allah. Is that we know, we are noticing that we are going to define the quality of our meeting, final meeting, فَمُلَاقِيهِ. Okay, these kind of person are those first groups, ayat 7 to 9, which they get their results from into their right hands, and they have got easy accounting on the day of Qiyamah, and they go to their groups in the day of Qiyamah, or for example in Behesh, Jannah, or wherever, whatever, happily. But imagine again, we are living in this life, going through all difficulties or happiness or whatever every day, every second in our life, in every part of our life. But imagine, while we are moving towards Allah, we are facing this world, not Allah. Okay, we are going backwards towards Allah. I'm saying that because I can't draw, I have to explain it. Hope you get my meaning. That, for example, when we go moving towards Allah, is that we are moving backwards. When we are moving backwards, it means that all we think about and all planning and all we go through this life is just we notice the world. Okay, we have difficulties or we have happiness or whatever happens, we are facing this world. We plan our life according to this world life. We decide, we choose, whatever we do is just facing this world and backing Allah. So we don't notice at all that we are moving towards Allah and we are defining the quality of our meeting. In that case, this group of people are ayat 10 to 14. That they get there when they get to the point that they want to meet Allah, famulaqi, because it's without authority we are going famulaqi, we will meet him. But we will not be allowed in that case, na'uzubillah, if we have moved towards Allah backwards, they don't let us to turn around and face to face to Allah. They say no, stop there. They give our results to from the back to us. I don't want to use even us, them to them, because we don't want to be part of them. And فَسَوْفَ يَدْعُوا ثَبُورًا, and they will be burned. They will call for destruction, and they will burn in a blaze. They enter into burning fire. And these kind of person are those, they were happy in their life, but which happiness? Because some people, they say, oh, so it's not, we shouldn't be happy. No, it doesn't mean that. It means إِنَّهُ ظَنَّ أَنْ لَنْ يَحُورَ. They would not even think that they will go back to Allah. They would not even think of going back. These kind of people. And then بَلَا إِنَّ رَبَّهُ كَانَ بِهِ بَصِيرًا. And it says that every second, all the time, Basir, Allah is seeing us. So all the time, Allah is watching us, what we do. So we have two kinds of meeting. Famulaqih, everybody is going to meet Allah, but we have got two different type of meeting Allah. One is that because in the world, we have moved towards Allah face to face. So when we come to the day of Qiyamah, which is the time sky is split asunder or the earth is spread and we meet Allah, the quality of our meeting is the quality Jamal of Allah, means Rahmat of Allah, means that we are happy and we will get an easy accounting and we will be happy. And another quality of meeting is the second group, which they are not allowed even to turn their face towards Wajh Allah. And they get their results from the backside, because all they were thinking was this world when they were in this world. And it is said that this is one of the most hard, difficult part of azab, when they say that there is azab in Jahannam. Yes, there is fire, definitely, because we have lots of ayats in Quran about fire of Jahannam. So we can't ignore it. That we can't just bring excuses that fire means that fire. No, fire means fire. But the first azab which they get is that they can't, when they see the joy, the enjoyment of meeting Allah, how enjoyment it is if they could meet Allah and they can't, and they are not allowed to turn face. That's the most difficult time for them. So if we want to go back to these groups of ayats again, ayat 1 to 5 is as-sama unshaqqat till وإذا الأرض مدت and till أذنت لربها وحقت till ayat 5. This was an introduction that Allah wanted by this introduction tell us something. Ayat number 6 is the central ayat of the surah, and then ayats 7 to 15 is explaining about the two types of meeting which we are going to meet Allah. Two different types or two different quality. Or we can say that ayat 7 to 15 is explaining ayat 6, because ayat 6 it says famulaqi, you will meet him, and the ayat 7 to 15 is explaining the quality of this meeting. So if we are noticing this moving, which is innaka kadihun ila rabbika, if we notice this, that ya ayyuhal insan, oh mankind, you are definitely with no authority, kadihun ila rabbika, you are with no authority, you are moving towards Allah. If every second of our life we notice this, then we try to set a very high quality for our meeting. Okay, how can we set the high quality of meeting? Where is the what I say, that instruction or manual for this? Quran is it. It is the manual. So if we know Quran and we live according to Quran, we can set a very good quality for our meeting. And if not, then we will not have a good quality in our meeting. So I hope the way I explained, without bored or without anything, I hope you got the goal and target of tadabbur. No, because I explained that what we want, our goal and our purpose and our target in this course is not just lecture about surahs. That we want to understand an organized meaning of ayats. We want to set an organization in our mind, and because my English is not 100%, that's another problem. We want to set ayat, an organization chart of ayats in our mind. If we say tadbir, what tadbir means bringing one thing and another, and another something else, one item, another item, or in text, one paragraph, another one sentence after another sentence, or one paragraph after another paragraph. So it means that we want to bring one ayat. What we are looking forward is that we learn words, and then we learn ayats, meanings of ayats, and then we learn meanings, groups of ayats. And then when we say that ayat, for example, 1 to 15 is the first group of Surah Inshiqaq, but still in ayat 1 to 15 there are smaller groups, or there are smaller paragraphs. If ayat 1 to 15 is the whole paragraph, there are smaller paragraphs. For example, ayat 1 to 5 is one paragraph, ayat 6 itself is one paragraph, and then ayat 7 to 15 is another paragraph. So ayat groups of ayats 1 to 15, which is a big, for example, if you imagine it as a big paragraph, it contains 3 smaller paragraphs itself. What we come to the point that it's that by repeating and studying, repeating, or you can make groups to discuss it. For example, if you you have, for example, Sister Era and Masuma together. I just bring example. Sister Asma, Sister, who those people who they have more connection, they can discuss between themselves. So it's not what is very important in learning is mubahese, which is very common in Hausa. When they learn, when they, for example, they attend this class and they study on their own, then they sit down as groups. This group can be 2 persons or can be more persons. They discuss it. This way, it becomes part of us. Even we can make a group, for example, we can specify some sections to discuss and to do mubahese, even me and you, because I need to do that as well. Because your questions make me learn more, make me go research more. So I don't want it to be just one side. I just explain, you just hear. No, we want to discuss it. Maybe some questions comes to your mind that I have never thought about it, so I go and learn more about it and I come back to you and all this. So we want to discuss. If you can make this kind of groups between yourself, it's great. It becomes fun. Otherwise, after a while, you totally forget it. For example, in Surah Inshiqaq, you just remember a few points of it, which that's what we don't want that. Inshallah, we want everyone us to be capable to transfer Quran to different groups, because you know that even in Iran, which they have done a lot about Quran, that the Tadabbur group, they are shouting that it's nothing and we need teachers for it. And imagine now in UK, which yes, maybe there are different translations, tafsirs, but when we learn first level of Quran as tadabbur, then we can go to tafsir and then we understand it a lot better. So please take it seriously. That's I really, because I feel that we need it as this time, because we say that the Quran, as in Surah Hadid I explained, the main goal of Quran, Allah sends prophets, all Ahlul Baits, and all this is because of to establish a world Islamic organization. And the reason we have lots of zulm now in the world, like different countries, they do lots of zulms to other countries, which I don't want to mention on the phone, and all this is that because we don't have an Islamic universal and world Islamic organization. And what is going Imam Zaman to do is that when he will come, he will establish a world Islamic organization. So our duty is now to make the foundation for him. It's not that we sit down when he comes, okay, we help him. No. So what was the use of his absence? So what is he waiting for? Why they are saying that he does? If he has 313 proper people, they will come. He will come. So our duty, every one of us, our duty is that we make the foundation for his appearance. And the most important thing is to transfer Quran to the world. We don't want to say even to the world, at least to Shia, the first steps. Because even Shia are totally, and are not, what do I say? They are not familiar with Quran. The Quran is not part of their life. So please, if we take this seriously as a task, as that it is our task now, or it is our jihad now. If, for example, Sardar Soleimani did jihad in his way, our jihad is now this, to transfer Quran to the world and to make at least the first step in our family, then in our relations, I know, between our friends, and then different groups. Some people, they can say in universities and the whole community and whatever. So if we take this seriously, we can make a powerful group together in this case. I think for today, I don't want to go to the second group, because because I'm trying to, for this course, I'm trying to follow exactly the rules and the way they have gone through Tadabbur course. So even in Tadabbur course, they don't teach the whole Surah Inshiqaq in one section, because it will be confusing, and then you will not have the opportunity to study it. So we keep it to the first group, ayat 1 to 15 today. And then inshallah, you spend time on it, study it, and study the whole surah, and then we go back and we revise. Next week again, we revise quickly these 15 ayats, and we continue the next ayats.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Sister Manush,
Yeah.
I wanted to suggest, maybe you're already aware, you
Yeah.
can share your screen with us. I'm not
Okay.
sure which device you're using at the moment, but like if you're on a laptop or any
In fact,
tablet.
I'm using my notes system because I listen to this course and I write
Yes.
it word by word. You can't even. The reason I'm explaining is not that I want to say, oh, I do too much, and no. I just want to say that I really spend time. I try because it is
Mashallah.
my pleasure. It's not a minnat. Yeah, because it is what we
Mashallah.
are doing.
Yes.
The reason I'm explaining this, I'm saying what I do, is that I just motivate you to do this. Not, I don't want to say that how much as time is. I list something because.
Hello. Sister, we lost you.
I think because
Again,
it's back. We lost your voice. Hello.
Yeah, because I had one call. Yeah, I declined.
No.
Because sometimes I go back to. So maybe you need to do that as well. When you listen to the record,
we will have
I listen
to
the voice file. Yeah. I take notes word by word, because if I have noticed, if I miss one sentence, then I can't follow it properly. I'm lost. So I write it word by word. So it takes lots of time. And then what I'll do, I summarize what I've written. I go through it. I summarize it. Then I classify it. And then because I want to explain it, I need to know it better. So I try to make chart for myself and this. And all these notes I take in Farsi, because if I want to take notes in English, it takes lots of time. And then because my English is not very good, maybe sentences I make
mashallah, you're
is not
explaining very well.
Just what I try. Now you know
No.
what I do, Masim. I study different English translations. Then I choose the best one, which is according to that book. That's what I. So if you can help all together, that we write notes of these surahs in English, it will be a great help. If you can do that.
Inshallah.
We can learn what we can do is that after inshallah, because Maryam auntie has recorded the class today, so we can listen to this and then make the notes and share them on the group with one another. So because maybe one of us will make a note that someone else hasn't thought of yet, so we can share it together like that, and inshallah learn more and more from each other.
Exactly.
Inshallah. The recording is available for 30 days. Sorry, Sister Manush.
That's good.
Just wanted to let you know.
Can you save it some? Can you save
Yeah, I will try.
Or is it on the group? Is it on the group, Sister Maya?
It's on Skype, and they are saying it's available for 30 days. But
no,
I
is it
think
available just for you or in the group? Is it available in Tadabbur
I'm not
group
sure.
or
I'm
just
doing it for the first time. I will let you know what happens when I close
if
it.
it's possible for you to save it, and if it's not on the group, would you please send it on the group?
Inshallah. No, I'll
and
try
if
my
you can
best to do
zip
it.
it's better, because here my internet is very low. The speed of internet here is very low. So even I cannot attach big files.
Alhamdulillah, today it went well, because when I do the Farsi course, sometimes we struggle a lot, but today it did very well.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. Because I'm using, I'm trying to use very powerful internet, but the area is not good for that. So inshallah, if you can save the file and send it to the group,
share it to us.
we would appreciate it.
Yeah, so that we can refresh as well. But yeah, it was amazing, because we already did the Tadabbur of Inshiqaq in the class as well. So for us, it was really refreshing, all those memories again. So it was,
alhamdulillah. Yeah, we had gone through even Surah and Inshiqaq, I think 2 years ago. We went
I remember,
through the class quick, but just as a summarized lecture, not as. But here in this course, I want you to get the skill yourself to classify the ayat step by step, not at now. Maybe after 3-4 semester. Yeah, don't expect it just now. Maybe in 2 years we get that skill. So it's not just
the words,
especially because it needs Arabic knowledge.
yeah, the words translation and it helped a lot. When I was going through when you were going through the surah, I was looking through it, and it was like very good to know that this word means this, and that's how.
And
So it's very
and then when it's in sequence, it really makes sense. You feel that it's so helping. That how amazing. Sometimes the sequence of the ayats is amazing. You feel really
it's
when
beautiful.
You study it, you feel. Yes, it should be because it is from Allah.
It is from Allah, no doubt.
We don't even understand.
It's mesmerizing. It's very mesmerizing.
When you start,
imagine
we never thought about learning that way. We would like either have done the little bit of tafsir from somewhere, read the tafsir, or just like if you try yourself to read the translation of the verses, you get confused, as you said. We used to get confused. What's that mean?
Totally.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
But now we know that's how it classified, and that's how it related to the other words. So it's amazing.
And even for I think I'm not sure. If my first language is not English, so even for me, reading English translation is very difficult. Sometimes it's very confusing.
Even Farsi.
Yeah.
Even tafsir is so confusing.
Even in Urdu, if you
even in Urdu, exactly. We're not good in either language, to be honest. I'm not good in either language.
No, it's not a matter of language.
You're right.
Nobody has approached, really, nobody has approached Quran the way they have done in Tadabbur. They spent 20 years life on it, full time. And they have come out. And when you learn this, and when you go back to tafsir, then you understand. Oh, what Allama Tabatabai is saying. Because they speak very high level.
Definitely.
The Tadabbur, they have brought it to a lowest level, to the first level of understanding.
The basic knowledge.
The basic knowledge. Exactly.
So that we understand what that means in the future in the tafsir. So I understand that.
Exactly.
Even as a native, even as someone who speaks English on a regular basis, you open up tafsir in in apps like Quran Explorer and these types of apps, regularly on whenever I open the Quran to recite with anyone, I look at the translation, that sometimes you get lost in what it's trying to say. It's very hard to
exactly. I tell you, before Tadabbur, which is about last 3 years, I know Tadabbur. Before that, although I would study Quran a lot, I would understand something, but I would always say that, why do they say that Quran is the book of life? I can't feel that. No. Just with Tadabbur, I can feel it. Definitely. I can really sense it. I can feel it.
Definitely, your passion for that is.
And now, when we go step by step, when we go to different surahs, they have got surahs about, for example, social things. For example, Surah Nur, Surah Muhammad, Surah. Different surahs, which are what's social surahs, because there are different. So these surahs, it's more from Inshiqaq to Nas, is more about Qiyamat and more individually. But some surahs, it becomes like Tahrim and the social. And when you study those, it is really amazing that you say, yes, it is the book of life, and we don't use it at all. Unfortunately,
that's a sad, very unfortunate.
Even in Iran, which now is the standard, it is like that. It is like that. They can bravely, they can, we know that they can say that they are not applying.
So we don't realize. You made me realize. To be honest, I really wanted to, but it was just not happening. You provided the platform to make it happen. Mashallah.
Inshallah, we can transfer it, because what I'm expecting is that every one of us, we can become a transfer of Qurans in this way, so we can, inshallah. Okay, I'm available anytime for any question. Please send me questions, and inshallah, and follow your questions. If I forget, please follow your questions, inshallah.
Inshallah. Sister Manush, I meant to say that you mentioned several times, like during the lecture, that you wanted to show us. So if you like open a blank screen or app or something on your device, and then you press share screen from Skype, you can draw on it or explain to us. Yeah, in the future,
because to be honest, I'm not very good with this.
You will learn. It's very simple.
I will. Inshallah, I'll try.
Inshallah, you try practicing that maybe.
Help you. Mariam is very good in helping. I can tell that.
No.
Mashallah, we have
I can't hear you.
Technology expert. That's very good.
Inshallah, because I can't hear you all. Sorry, it was mixing. I couldn't understand you. Inshallah. So any question, please send me. Type it and send me to me, and inshallah, or call me anytime. Available anytime, inshallah.
Thank you very much.
But please make sure that you spend time on it, okay? Because days will go fast, and just like a click of eyes, it becomes next Tuesday. So please spend time on it from now.
Sister, can I request another thing, please?
Yeah.
Is it possible to have? I know it's very difficult. I am still asking. Is it possible to have early in the morning, like 7 in the morning, the class? If it's okay.
Of course.
Because
for me, no
the
problem.
one,
because my timing
because of
is
Zainab.
For me, it's better. Because I in the group, I didn't get any feedback from any of you. Please,
let's see the first session. Okay. So if everybody agrees, because she's sleeping, it's good for me in the morning. Today I asked my mom to come and look after her while I take the class, but it's difficult for her to as well come on time and all that. So because Ali has office,
So would you please? I'll send a message that's, for example, is 7 to, for example, 8:30 or 8.
If it's okay with everybody, inshallah, then early in the morning if you can have it.
Inshallah, we get feedback in the group by text,
inshallah.
And then we will decide about. No problem.
So
okay, recite salawat, please. Okay, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz, sister.
Khuda Hafiz. To you as well. Khuda Hafiz. Khuda
Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.
Hi, Sister Manush, you okay? Sister Manush?